Okay, had a minor interruption there, so let's see if we can get on with this. Okay, so like I say, I'm working off reflection. So what I want to do is see that reflection. I want to see a consistent, steady reflection with no gouges, low spots in it. Now, I'll tell you something. Sometimes you can get a ski and it's got a couple little bad spots in the edge. Okay, there are a couple little deep gouges. Now, this one's really bad at the tail here, and I'm praying I'm going to be able to get that down into a reasonable amount. Some skis may be actually so damaged at a small point that, look, okay, it's impractical to try to take the entire edge down to fix that one teeny little gouge or spot that it has in it, you know. But just keep working it. Now I'm slowly using more pressure as I'm getting cut and getting an angle developed. Okay. Notice I'm always steadying the ski in the vise with my other hand. Okay. There may be a slightly better vise than the Planet or something to hold your ski, but I think you're going to find that pretty much whatever vise you use, a lot of them will tighten up right here on the tip and tail, and it's a little easier. But I'm fine with this. I just make sure that the ski is not vibrating around or moving, and that everything is staying very solid and nice. That's why I back up with my other hand. But that gives you the right sort of leverage, sort of the feeling you want anyway, to have your hand up there. You certainly wouldn't want this dangling behind your back while you're doing this. You know, you got to have it up here somewhere. So, yeah, this tail gouge is pretty bad. Starting to come out though. Now, if you just have a really bad tail, you can just sit here and file the tail a while, as long as you overlap a little bit. Keep it smooth. Looking a lot better. Now, we do the side edge first because with this beast equipment, I believe with most equipment you should, that you're using guides anyway, you do your side edge first because the base edge is determined by the tool's length from the side edge. So the side edge has to already be set primo before you come back and cut this edge, and then it's again determined off the top of this edge. And so we want this edge perfectly smooth and primo and all cut just the way we want it before we start tuning on the bottom. But we've still got a bit of filing here to do. It's definitely when you're trying to cut through a new ski and reset an edge or cut through a rough spot in a ski, there is a speed factor. It's like hitting a brick wall at 50 miles an hour. It'll smash the wall a little bit harder. So once you're feeling like you got a good grip on your tool and you know what you're doing, it's going to take you some time to learn to do that. But as you're coming along and you see where you really want to get into it, instead of this really slow pace, get everything set up, get a hold, make sure you're firm and your angle is right. You do not want to be slipping off the edge of your ski with this thing, okay? It takes some time to learn to master this, no doubt about it. But even if you're not a master, you're probably going to do better than a machine is going to do for you down anywhere. So, okay, so I'm going to build up a little more speed because I really need to cut here at the tail. You can feel it, you can hear it. You can see the shavings come off, and you're looking for that reflection. And I haven't got a consistent reflection from the top of the side edge to the bottom of the side edge. I've still got a gouge going down this way. Okay, I want to work that a little bit more. Now some of that will come out as I bevel the base edge, because when I bevel the base edge, it's going to have an angle coming back this way too. But regardless, you just want to work it as best you can down. This is called setting the edges. It's a brand new ski. And the first thing you want to do is get it set right. If you do that, it might actually ski like the reviews you read about it, or like how everybody said it was such a great ski. Well, no ski's great until it's made great. They're all great. The way they construct them, all that, that's great. But you got to make your ski great. It's not going to be great out of the box. It's coming. I can still see it. Like I say, I work by eyeball. I got lights and I work off reflection. There's still more to go there for sure. Now you hear about people using the black pin on the base edge and all that. I don't, after you've done this long enough, you don't really need even a black marker on the edge. And don't be worried. Well, we'll talk about that more later. Anyway. Here we go. He still needs more. So. Really want to pay attention on your tips and your tails. Don't get lazy. That's where a hand tune excels beyond any machine that you could ever imagine. Keep the file guide flat against the ski. Follow the curve. The angle should be maintained. Work that tip right at the contact point. It's so crucial to get the ski to flex when you angle it over. Don't want to detune a carbon ski, the tip or tail. You definitely want to have a good tune down the entire edge. Okay, I could feel the file did not quite cut right there. Okay, I could feel it, I could hear it. So there's a couple of things. You look at your file, make sure it's clean. Sometimes you can't see it. Sometimes you can't get it all out unless you move the file out of the gizmo, but go ahead and clean it with the brush. This is a little brass brush. It's all beat to hell, but you know, you can get the file if there's any filings in there. But in this case, what it is right here, since I've had to remove so much side edge material to get this edge true, and again, this is a brand new ski, that now the what I did on the sidewall planing is not enough. I mean, I just didn't quite hit it hard enough in here. So now I'm going to stop with the file. I'm going to re-break out the sidewall planer. Okay, and I'd already vacuumed it out. It's all clean and ready to go. So I'm just going to work this tail edge here where I could definitely feel the file come in contact with the plastic and not really quite cut into the ski. So I'll work this tail a little more here. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely some material there. You know, you work a ski slow, and a lot of times you don't know how bad that ski is till you really start to work it. Because when you start to work it, that's when the imperfections show up, you know. It's easy to look at a ski on the hill or you know, in a shop or anywhere and go, oh yeah, this ski doesn't look too bad. Oh, I think, yeah, this ski looks pretty good. And then you say, oh yeah, no, this shouldn't take me too long to fix this ski up. It don't look too bad. I've learned the hard way too many times. You start to work on that puppy, and I'll tell you what, if you want to make it right anyway, it may take you a lot longer than you imagine. But the joy is once you get that ski into the right angles, And if you don't go rock it out, etc., you know, it's only going to require minimal maintenance after that. And thing is, it's going to have the proper true edges. Now we're cutting there again on the tail. Okay. Well, I can barely see it now. So I'm going to let it ride at that, because you got to remember now, this is just a filing. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a progression of diamond stones down this edge, and that polishes it off, removes further material, maybe not a lot, you know, but don't get too overzealous with your file. Yeah, like I said, you want to get those bad spots out for sure. Looking pretty good. Okay, so I think that kind of cover, I mean, we'll cover right there on the filing. I'm going to get the shot back. We've got all kinds of filings that are ejected off this side with this particular tool, so we see very little metal aside from a little metal powder and some little teeny fragments that come down on the base side of the ski. But nonetheless, we want to take that shot back before we flip the ski, and we're going to totally vac it all down and pick up as much of these metal filings that are all over the place as we can, and just make sure the bindings are clean and don't get steel particles down in there that'll come out like rusty water later. Okay, so always want to keep everything clean. Okay, next step will be getting into the stones. Okay, I wasn't going to do this part, but then I thought, well, you know, maybe I should. Now this is an edge, this is the edge that I just finished filing, and from the last that portion, you remember where I showed you the gouges. Okay, we should have a pretty clean edge here. Well, I know we do. Just wonder how it's going to look on the vid. I'm just kind of running down the edge. I'll run back down to the end of it where we definitely had some pretty big gouges. Okay, now that you're seeing some reflection, at least I'm seeing it in the screen. I'm thinking I need to get closer for you to see this, but maybe I don't. But you watch that reflection as you move down the ski. If there's a bad spot in the reflection, it'll show it to you. You know, you go, oh wow, there's a big dip in that right there. So anyway, okay, so this is the finish. No, it won't focus there. This is the finish of the filing. Okay, so now we're done filing.